Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the Arab Spring and the consequences it had in Egypt. First off, let's start with Egypt. Egypt is a country located in the northeastern part of Africa. According to the CIA World Factbook, Egypt has a population of 97 million people, out of which 90% are Sunni Muslim and only 10% are Christians. The Arab Spring is a result of frustration with economic and social issues caused by the dictator Hosni Mubarak, who has ruled Egypt for 30 years till 2011. As the Egyptian population became younger, their frustrations grew. President Mubarak failed to deal with the issue of unemployment and completely opposed freedoms that the Egyptian youth desired. Corruption amongst his government was immense, and the fact that Egyptians could not express their thoughts publicly led them to go to the streets to protest this oppression. President Mubarak was a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is now being declared a terrorist organization and banned completely in Egypt. In 2012, a new Egyptian president seized power, named Mohammed Morsi El Ayat. He had total control and wanted to establish a nation of Islam where Sharia law was the only law. But on July 3rd, 2013, he was unseated by a military coup led by the current president of Egypt, at that time the defense minister of Egypt, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, in short Sisi. In 2014, Sisi officially was elected as the president of Egypt. President Sisi, according to an article in The Guardian, managed to come to power due to his cult status he gained by saving Egypt from the Muslim Brotherhood. People loved him. They baked cupcakes with his picture, had underwear with his image, and even had wedding parties in a team of him. He won the 2014 election in a landslide. 96% of the votes were for him. While the hopes were high for a new Egypt, President Sisi has failed to resolve all of the issues which he set to resolve, and has started a new wave of oppression.
So far, his political opponents have had the most experience. At least 16,000 of them are behind bars. The April 6th movement, the Spirit of Tahrir Square protests, has been banned, and the Muslim Brotherhood has been made illegal. Activists and journalists, including the Australian Peter Grest, have been jailed. And under his watch, an Egyptian court sentenced 683 Muslim Brotherhood supporters to death in one go. But even without Sisi, Egyptians are dealing with a fair amount of suffering. Egyptian security forces are at war with jihadists on the Israeli border, a really grisly fight that has done little to boost tourism. Sexual violence is endemic. Poverty and employment levels are worse than before the 2011 revolution, when they were already pretty bad. And a deepening energy crisis means that the country endures hours of power cuts most days.
A Muslim who had a booming business of tourism before the Arab Spring, according to an article in the Washington Post, feels that a new president has caused even greater turmoil in the nation, and went as far as to say that the new president will bring Egypt back to the Middle Ages. According to another article in the Washington Post, many Christians feel that there is an increase in crimes committed against them. Many Christians state that they feel not equal to their Muslim counterparts. To end my video, there is a terrible event that is taking place in Egypt during the end of the year 2017. According to an article on BBC, a female singer called Shaima Ahmed and her producer both have been jailed for 2 years for a provoking video in which she sexually licks a banana. Here is a short fragment of that video.
Here we go.
This is truly an insane event which did not resonate in the world, even though it is a clear violation of the freedoms the Egyptians fought for in the Arab Spring. I do agree that the President Sisi is dragging Egypt back to the Middle Ages, and now he's elected for a second term, which means Egypt has lost all hope in becoming a real democracy.